That's that deadly.
Player one.
I can make them put their hands to the ceiling. I can make you disperse cash for the feeling good. I ain't focused on nothing but cash peeling. Yeah, these niggas ain't no shit, they need to kill it.
What it do, YouTube? It's your boy KM Lucci, and we coming in with some exclusive shit, man. We coming in with something epic. Usually I'll be doing the movie reviews, or I'll do like celebrity hip hop reviews. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I'm about to get into this. Look, I just seen something on YouTube right now, right? I seen some. We experiencing it for the first time together, right? So it is when killing a witness goes wrong. I have to tune in. I just got to. I don't care. I don't know nothing about it. We about to experience it the first time together. Just make sure you tune in, tap in, and when you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the bell so you see every time I drop some new shit. All right, let's get it.
Let's say you've committed a crime and are now facing charges. There's a witness in the case, and you're sitting there thinking, if that person just wasn't around anymore, maybe this whole thing goes away. Maybe the case falls apart with them being gone. That's the logic the average criminal uses when they take a life during or after a crime. No face, no case. You could be facing 5 years in prison for a simple robbery, but if you took out the witness, you'd be facing 0 years. So long as no one ever catches you for it, because then
That nigga robbed the old lady. That ain't some. That nigga
life
robbed the
during
old
or after a crime. No
slow ass runner.
face, no case. You could be facing 5 years in prison for a simple robbery, but if you took out the witness, you'd be facing 0 years. So long as no one ever catches you for it, because then you're facing life. Obviously, most times killing someone goes the other way. Sometimes you kill the witness and it doesn't help you at all, it just makes everything 10 times worse. And soon enough, you realize way too late that you just destroyed your own life for absolutely nothing. Well, a carjacker from Detroit learned this lesson the hard way in the fall of 2018 when he tried to get his theft case dropped, only to destroy everything in the process. His business, his life, his friend's life, and even his relationship with his girl all gone over a poorly made decision that took less than a week to make.
But with the company you keep, you feel me? Some people out there is real life savages. Really will do it to you. You feel me? Be careful with the company you keep.
Starkeisha Thompson was 33 years old, living in Detroit with her teenage son. She worked, stayed out of trouble, and minded her business. But in September 2018, she became a victim of something she had nothing to do with. It was September 7th at around 9 at night. Starkeisha and her boyfriend pulled into a BP gas
Star Keisha. Y'all remember the y'all remember the girl with them hands? Sharkeisha?
station on North Harper Avenue in Harper Woods to get gas. They were in a nice 2018 Dodge Charger, but someone was eyeing their car. A guy walked up to the driver's side, pulled out a gun, and told them both to get out. Then he just got in the Charger and drove off with it. The guy's name was Kenneth Dixon. He was 26 years old from Warren, about 20 minutes north of Detroit. Harper Woods police spotted the stolen Charger later that night cruising around on Detroit's east side. When they tried to pull him over, Dixon bailed out and tried to run. They caught him after a short foot chase. He got arrested and hit with 15 felony charges, including carjacking, 2 counts of armed robbery, receiving stolen property, and resisting police. They gave this goofy the whole ass package. The judge wasn't
Damn.
playing around either. He denied bond completely and kept Dixon locked up in Wayne County Jail. Turns out Dixon already had a criminal history. He'd done time for armed robbery before and had only gotten out of prison earlier that same year, so he'd been free for maybe a few months before he was right back in a cell, this time facing way more serious charges. Now here's the thing, a lot of people have mixed opinions regarding going to court in cases like a carjacking. You file the police report, sure, you of course tell the cops what happened, but actually going to court, sitting in front of the defendant and testifying.
I ain't even gonna lie. It's crazy, but my brother Ty, he he got a big family, bro. One of the last names in his family, Dixon. That's he got like a big family, you feel me? I wonder if this nigga is possibly this is like his third generation cousin, second generation cousin. That shit'll be crazy.
Against them in person is a whole different level of involvement. A lot of people would just say, nah, I'm good, and try to stay as far away from the whole situation as possible. But Starkeisha wasn't like that. She decided she was going to do the right thing and show up to testify. On October 3rd, 2018, Starkeisha showed up to Dixon's preliminary examination at the
She said, I'm snitching.
courthouse and told the court exactly what happened that night. She identified Dixon as the guy who carjacked them. She walked the prosecutor through the whole incident step by step, pulling into the gas station, the gun being pulled, being
That was her shit. Yeah, nah.
forced out of her car, and watching him drive away in it. But while all this was going on, Dixon wasn't just sitting there listening to testimony. He was paying attention to everything in those court documents. And somehow during this whole court process, he managed to get access to Starkeisha's home address. It was right there in the
Slick ass nigga.
paperwork. Victim information is supposed to be redacted and protected, so defendants can't find out where witnesses live. But Dixon got it anyway due to a failure of the court. Regardless of however the info got in there, now he knew exactly where she
Nigga staying on point the whole time. The whole time they was in court. That nigga didn't let not one emotion distract him. He got what he wanted. I think we all know where this leads up to.
lived. 6 days later, October
Starkeisha got. I'm gonna just let you know right now. Starkeisha got.
9th, 2018, early in the morning, Starkeisha went through her normal routine. It was a Wednesday at around 8:05 in the morning. She dropped her son off at school like she always did, then went home and pulled into her driveway at her home on Collingham Drive, just off Cordell Street.
And she got a son. Could you imagine that? She dropped her son off at school, do her regular routine, and pull it back to your crib with some nigga bushes waiting for you. Some igaboos in the bushes just waiting for you, bruh. Trifling.
On Detroit's east side. She got out of the car probably
This dude took her car. This dude took her whip. It could have been anybody, P. It was a gas station. It could have been anybody. Took her whip. Now it's, oh, we gotta take her out. You feel me? Man, bro, what?
thinking about her day.
For her whip?
And maybe what she needed to get done at work. But what she probably wasn't thinking about was the stranger stalking her every move nearby. Corey Holmes was a 39-year-old ex-con who'd met Dixon when they were both locked up in prison years earlier. Holmes had been out for a while, but he and Dixon stayed connected. And when Dixon needed someone willing to kill for him, Holmes was apparently
That shit just like Scream 7, nigga. If you haven't seen it yet, go see Scream 7. The long line of murderers for Cindy Campbell. It's a group of people that was in a mental hospital, bruh. And they crazy. Oh yeah, it's a lot of killing in Scream 7.
that person. He'd been sitting there waiting for Starkeisha to come home. The moment she stepped out of her car, he walked right up to her in her own driveway and started shooting. Corey shot her an alarming 12 times, hitting her in the head and body.
Damn, it's 12 times? What the
Witnesses later said they heard the gunfire echoing through the neighborhood that morning. Starkeisha didn't have a chance to run or defend herself. She died right there on the pavement, just a few steps from her front door. Her neighbors called 911, but by the time police and paramedics arrived, she was gone. Starkeisha's father, Curtis, was absolutely destroyed. He showed up to the crime scene that morning and told reporters that the police had pressured his daughter to testify against Dixon. Quote, "She didn't want to testify because these guys were violent," he said. "They carjacked her with a gun." He felt like the system had put his daughter in danger and then failed to protect her. The whole thing was so overwhelming. Standing there on the other side of
the son left out there. Bro, what?
the police tape, watching investigators examine the spot where his daughter had just been murdered, that he
You know who did it, bro. That's even the worst part about it. Worst part about it is you know who did it.
literally collapsed. His heart couldn't take it. Detroit Police Chaplain Cedric Wyckoff had to rush over and resuscitate him right there at the scene. Later, Detroit Police Chief James Craig held a press conference and revealed something important. Before Starkeisha even testified, Dixon and his people had tried to pay her off. They'd reached out and offered her money to stay quiet and not show up to court. She refused multiple times. She wasn't doing it for money or recognition or anything like that. She just thought it was the right thing to do to put
Damn, Starkeisha, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd have took the bread, moved. It's something. You feel me? Something.
the man who robbed her behind bars and prevent him from robbing others. She had no idea that decision would get her killed. Dixon, however, wasn't alone in this. His girlfriend, 23-year-old Yalana Streeter, had been helping him plan the whole thing. She was on the outside while Dixon was locked up, so she could move around freely and help coordinate everything. And once
Damn.
Starkeisha was dead, all three of them, Dixon, Streeter, and Holmes, probably thought they'd pulled it off clean. They were dead wrong. The police knew exactly where to look. Dixon had the most obvious.
Who else would fucking what else position would she be in so where somebody would want to kill her, bro? A regular female, bro. Regular civilian. She ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Niggas robbed her, gunpoint for her whip. It's
motives
crazy.
of the world. Starkeisha had just testified against him 6 days ago, and now she was dead. It didn't take a genius to connect those dots. So detectives immediately started pulling Dixon's jail calls from Wayne County Jail to see what he'd been talking about. And this is where people always mess up. Every single call you make from jail is recorded. There's an actual warning.
Niggas, oh my God, they be forgetting that every time. Every time you see this Young Thug stuff that was popping up, all his jail calls, bro, people be forgetting. I don't know what it is. It tells you this call is being recorded at the such and such facility, bro. And then they, hey, yo, what's good, my nigga? Yeah, yeah. Hey, so look, so you remember when we was on the block over at such such at 10:48 p.m. and we had walked over to what's his face in them and we had remember and you was wearing this clothes and we was wearing and remember we seen that like man, just be on there saying everything on the phone.
That plays before every call telling you that. But Dixon, being a goofy, still talked like nobody was listening. Dixon, Streeter, and Holmes had been on the phone
He be going in on his ass. Like, he's just goofy. He is a goofy for that, but it is the goofy.
discussing everything. They talked about Starkeisha by name, discussed how to make sure she couldn't testify, and planned out what needed to happen and who was going to do it. Dixon coordinated everything from his jail cell, Streeter helped set things up on the outside, and Holmes was the one willing to actually pull the trigger. These goofies basically handed the prosecutors their entire case on a silver fucking platter. On October 17th, 2018, just 8 days after the murder, Detroit police arrested Streeter and Holmes. 2 days later, on October 19th, the Wayne County prosecutor charged all three of them, Dixon, Streeter, and Holmes, with first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, witness intimidation, and retaliating against a witness. Holmes got hit with extra charges for being a felon with a gun. In December 2018, Streeter did something straight out of a Tubi series. She was looking at life in prison, so she took a deal. She pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and agreed to testify against Dixon and Holmes as a witness.
No, she grimy. You was a part of the play, baby. That took her to 12 bullets, bro. Oh, wow. How the story unveils.
Doing the very thing that had gotten them in this ridiculous mess in the
In
first place.
first
In
place.
exchange, she'd get 11 to 25 years instead of life.
In the first place.
She got sentenced in 2019 and shipped off to prison. Dixon's trial finally happened in October 2022, 4 years after the murder. The delay was partly because of COVID shutting down courts, but also partly
Right.
because of how complicated the case was. His carjacking case and the murder case got combined into one massive trial, so the jury was hearing about everything at once. The prosecutors played the jail recordings in court. You could hear Dixon's voice on tape discussing the murder, and of course, the jury heard the testimony against him, the evidence regarding the carjacking case that had started the whole thing, and his very, very, very obvious motives. The jury convicted him on everything: first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, witness intimidation, and witness retaliation. On November 10th, 2022, the judge sentenced him to life without parole on the murder charges, meaning he'd never be eligible for parole, ever. Then the judge added 13 to 22
Bro, you can't. Yeah, no. Look.
0.5 years for the witness intimidation charge and 10 to 15 years for the witness retaliation charge. Those sentences were concurrent, meaning they'd run at the same time as the life sentence. He also got convicted for the original carjacking and got another 29 to 50 years for that. It didn't matter.
Damn.
Life without parole means life without parole.
Hey, I'm like, what the fuck? That shit. Sum it all up.
Dixon was never getting out. He'd die in prison. And all of this over a stupid Dodge Charger.
I never understood that shit. There's niggas that get like 167 years. Like, what? Let's be real here. Just say life. Just say life.
Holmes went to trial a year later in June 2023. He was the actual triggerman, the guy who physically walked up to Starkeisha in her driveway that morning and pulled the trigger 12 times while she was just trying to get into her house after dropping her son at school. The jury heard all the same evidence, and the Wayne County jury convicted him of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and witness retaliation. On July 14, 2023, the judge sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Yeah.
No chance of ever getting out. Then the judge added another 6 to 10 years on top of that for the witness retaliation charge, and this one was consecutive, not concurrent. Meaning even after the life without parole sentence, he'd technically still owe those extra years. It's redundant, obviously, but it sent a message. Holmes would be a convict in life and death.
Damn, boy, when killing a witness goes wrong for shit show. I mean, to be honest with you, it wasn't even right for the witness to go down how she did. 12 bullets, bro. And her son now is motherless. Like, damn, bro. Shit. That shit crazy. I ain't with it. I am not with that at all. Yeah, cook them niggas. Cook all of them. You cook them all up and you leave them there. And you let the vultures eat them. You know what I'm saying? Those right there, no, no, no way. And then what, like, bro, so one dude's getting cooked. You mean to tell me that you willing to ride for this nigga that's already, he wasn't even looking at life, bro. Maybe 20 plus. You feel me? You go kill the witness, nigga. You got another nigga to kill the witness, bro. And the female that set it all up end up snitching on both of y'all. Man, I know you feel dumb. Gotta feel dumb. Stupid as hell. Tell me what y'all think in the comments, bruh. I'm glad justice got served on that one. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments, man. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you see every time I drop some new shit. Thank y'all for hanging in with me, tuning in and tapping in. We staying consistent with the stuff, but we out.